Okay. 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 We're just going to take a few minutes. We're going to organize our mess. We're going to say thank you for this day. You were supposed to be smooth. You were supposed to be relaxed. It was supposed to be easy going. Easy going. Instead, right before stream goes live, everything decides, you know what? You know that guy over there? You know that guy over there? F that guy. Also, Layden, we have a new emote incoming. As soon as I pop out Twitch chat, because you have to do that, or do I have to just be in Steam Manager? Okay, we pop it out. We take a deep breath. We don't let this upset us. We don't let this upset us. Settings, content. That's going to be a tier 1 emote because it was made by the good person Pukra. Yay, it does work. Okay. We can now leave that open. We're good to go that way. Violet, red, warm yellow, oxide green, and blue, phthalo blue of the red shade. Nailed it. First try. Send that person a Discord message and be polite. That that's how it feels like right now. That's how it feels like. It just feels like chaos. Like let chaos reign. It's like no, let's not let chaos reign. All right? I want to be chill. I want to be chill. But I'm not chill. I know that. I know that about myself. I'm not a chill person. I'm the opposite of chill. Also, I think Pookers may is going to work on some emotes for me. Uh, so if you want to just focus on that collab pick, that's cool, Layden. You once Twitch approves the other one, you are going to be very happy with it. Very happy with it. Like you're going to be like, damn, that's an emote. That's an emote. Just so you're aware. I finally got we finally me and Puka finally connected. It, it was a great undertaking, but she was able to hook me up. And when it comes live, you are going to be very impressed with it. Very impressed. Mucho presto. Mucho presto. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. How was your first day off? Did you have a day of relaxing time? Did you get your bow? Was there like a fun story that goes along with it? Hmm. Chick, chick, chick. Chick, chick, chick. Oh. Tired. Okay. Okay. It was one of those days where you're like, I'm just supposed to go out, pick the bow up, come home, and it's supposed to be relaxing time. But instead, it turned into like one of those Midwestern goodbye jokes where it was bing, 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 and you ran to every store that you had to go to because someone forgot to tell you you needed one thing. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da-dum. Let me turn this over today. Well, we should be good for this last session. Oh, started putting a hole in it. Oh well. And for the record, I did download these playlists, and they're still doing this I want to be weird combination, which I find frustrating. All right. So here we go. 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 I'm impressed with myself. I had a upsetting moment, but we got it squared away. We got it squared away. Why is it always at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock? Someone wants to message you. They're static with the music. It has been breaking up here and there throughout the day, or it breaks up every so often. It drives me up the walls that it breaks up. But I wanted to be on a slightly separate channel so I can um, I don't know why it does the static. It only does it every so often. It doesn't do it all the time. So I have the playlist downloaded. It's on my computer. It's just every so often it's like, "Hey you. Yeah, you. I would like to remind you that this is technology and F you." I did remember to put my Fitbit on today. I did not get to go for a walk today though. wanted a slightly darker color like I got. Because I think what we're going to focus on tonight is not what I mixed up. I want my violet and I want my red. But I'm glad you have survived your first day off. And you managed to capture your bow. You get to go get the arrows. Have you just determined what color do you have to register your fletching, or is that not a thing? Welcome in, Selbone. You enjoy that lurk. You enjoy that lurk. It's not only encouraged, it's probably recommended. Probably recommended. Ba-da-da. I was just kind of curious because I didn't know if arrows are not closely regulated like some things. So, you know, have you determined what color fletching you want to have on your arrows? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, warm yellow. Why are you being so weird today? Why are you being weird? I ask you these questions. Why are you being weird? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself this weekend. We got stay in frame, and I am not going to have that archer ready at all. I know that for dang sure. So we might just work through our box of miniatures and see what we come up with. That way, Kukia doesn't give me sass. Oh, I did start watching a modern anime called Solo Leveling. This little guy right here came from Big Child Creatives, their Echoes of Camelot set. I absolutely, I will be honest with you, hate, literally hate the way that they secured to the base. So his legs were a little bit smaller than the stick right there. Um, and if you put any twist on it whatsoever, they snapped. This is actually a blob of green stuff. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna pretend it's fur. It's fur. He's got a furry leg. He's a furry leg. I think I already broke the staff once, and that's actually a glob of super glue right there that I'm hiding up. But don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Shh. And what was a good one, Layden? I was saying so many things I forgot. Yeah. I so I did Cat the Witch's Apprentice from them, the 75 millimeter version of it. I bought the 32 millimeter versions of these guys, that whole box set. Oh, solo level. Yes, he's gonna have the boots with the fur. Um, I bought the 32 millimeter versions because I didn't want to paint something so large as 75 millimeter. Um, that's just unrealistic of myself to paint, is what I told myself when I bought them. And now here we are. And I wish I had acquired the larger versions or the 75 millimeter versions of them because I would have been a little bit more happier with painting on them. Yes, yes, the boots with the fur. I don't think he has the apple bottom jeans though. So, um, so he's the first that came out of the set because I knew he would be the least enjoyable for me to paint, or the most basic version, basic one to paint up. So he came out first, so I can knock him out of the way. And I'll probably do one. I'll probably pick another one next out of the box and use it for Mix It Up Mondays, where we mix all of our own colors from what's on the palette. Huzzah! Congratulations, Layden. You set up an Etsy shop. You have done the thing that I cannot convince my mother to do. Ever. Mom complains. I have too many quilts. Set up an Etsy shop and sell it. Oh, nobody wants to buy that. Mother, set up an Etsy shop and put it up for sale just as it is. One offs. There you go. Um, constantly tells me it's not worth it. Constantly tells me it's a bad idea. Mother, it's a handmade quilt. I guarantee you. You put it up for sale, someone's gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it quick too. It ain't gonna last long. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Don't want to do that. Meanwhile, here I am with my wall of plastic that I don't ever plan on selling because it's mine. So, a handmade queen size quilt or twin size quilt or baby quilt or soup bowls that she has made. Um, could easily offset the cost of one of those. Yeah, sell the quilts, literally. She could put a quilt up there for $150, and I guarantee you it will sell no time flat. Oh, you want to make money using your thing? Have people piecemeal the quilts together because that's part of what she does with a guild up there. Yes, an actual guild, not um, anything in between. But she so I've been trying to encourage her to set one up for $30 because it's a $30 is a one time deal, is it not, Layden? Or am I making that up? No, you sir are not getting this violet thing figured out very well. You need white and red. You do white and red, and you make the color pink. Why do we make the color pink? Because we want to take the violet and we want to mix the two together. We get All right, that's how we highlight up our violet. Yeah. It's a one-time shop for that, and she could essentially sell all of her quilts or the ones that she doesn't want to keep. But she ended up joining a guild, um, and they will. So some of the people in the guild don't have like they. It's kind of interesting is that some of the members of the guild really only want to do one thing or the other thing. So you'll have people that want to just like piecemeal the quilts together, and then they'll just kind of hand it off to somebody to do a quilting pattern on, and that's it. I I guarantee you, once she starts handing out cards for it to be sold, um, it will be sold quickly. Because I mean, a lot of her stuff is handmade. The only thing that's not handmade is the quilting pattern itself when she puts it in the machine, because she has one of those really expensive ones. Um, not Serger, not Swinger, Gamels, like the CNC quilting machines. And I don't mean like it is. So I have been on her for that, and then I think another goal for my hobby area this year is to get all of the figures that I plan on never painting in a box and putting them up for sale on eBay. Mm. Or if someone else wants them, I will possibly consider just sending them to get them out of the house. Come here, friend Gray. I need you for a little bit. I want a yellow that is kind of on the gray spectrum. That is the only problem. That has been one of the larger challenges for me, is trying to understand how to make an ivory or an off-white color that I do not instantly hate. Jesse, why did you get your own theme in Final Fantasy VII? You are not that important of a character. Did the emotes load? Did they get approved? Yes, it did. Hey, Layden, refresh the stream. You should see a new emote in there. There should be a new emote. I made it a general one. What's waiting in arbitration right now with Twitch is the animated version of that. We got zoomies. Yeah. I figured you'd like it. But the animated version will be a tier 1, and it's in an arbitration right now. I look forward to when that one is available for use, such that I might annoy others with it. That was created by the very talented Pukra. I'm having an identity crisis about this freaking backpack he's carrying. I cannot seem to get one way or the other way to look the way I want it to. Enjoy your lurk. Be safe. Be safe. Ba-da-da-na-na-na. Oh, itchy in my face. I hope everybody's Monday was at least a semi decent one. I want variations of colors on the back of this pack. In reality, as 3 bugs, I want to repeat those colors around in other places. That's really what my goal is to do. And now that you've said it out loud, goofball, you can do that. Have the power. Now that we have named it, we cannot fear it. Which means just patches need to be blue. They need to be blue. Abba-dee, dabby, dabby, doo. That's green, goofball. You don't need green. You don't need green. You need white. You need phthalo blue on the red shed, and you get a very pretty sea blue. Yay. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba. Oh, if Bukro was out there, I'd ask them how their LARPing events went. That's weird. I'm going to chalk that up to coincidence. So what if I take some of this yellow, mix it in with my black, and I get a dark green color, which is the expected response. What you doing, nerd? Hey, hi. Careful, careful. No, no, no. Still, be still. For those wondering, yep, that's cat paw and white. We have cat paw and white. No, no. Calm down. You put your paw in the wet palette again. Calm down. Calm down. Well, don't put your paw in the wet palette. Okay, I got it all. You're free to go. Oh, okay. Good news. The cat no longer has white on her paw. Bad news is I no longer have white on my palette. And I have a crap ton of white all over my shirt. Up to pretty good. That's okay. I got it off her paw so she doesn't accidentally ingest it. Mm-hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Mm-hmm. 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 We shall position the bottles in a way that she can hopefully not go that way again. I want this green, yellow, white, whatever color I'm going to call it right now. I want to pick out pieces of his staff that I think are supposed to be ropish. Or bandish, at least. Mm-hmm. There's my non-metallic metal base coat. You repainted that gem to be blue, sir. Please remember that this is a Wendy's drive-thru. Every time that you change the color of the gem, you have to repaint it. So stop painting the gem. You okay, sweetie? Hmm? You okay? Hi. Yes, hello. Are you going to tell everybody about your adventure you had on my wet palette? Hmm? Why, hello there, you lovely, 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 lovely person. I am granted by the great presence of Jace DeFace. How are you? My cat decided that she wanted to get on my wet palette today. So there was a few minutes where I had to stop everything I was doing and pin her down. You know what? I don't like the green bodies. They're going to be golden. So she got on my wet palette. She got on my wet palette. And this blob of white used to not be there because it ended up on her paw. And then I had to like pick her up and hold her down and like try to make sure I could get it all off of her. She's unhappy. She's screaming and yelling at me and like digging her claws in every which way from Sunday. And I'm just, just trying to take care of them. Just trying to take care of them. Be be careful at work. Don't huff too much exhaust fluid. Remember, it's not always a wise idea to use too much brake clean. All right, that's golden now. Or it's going to be golden. Mm-hmm. Sorry, my cat is being extra needy today. Researching cameras. I have been doing the same thing. I keep wondering if I should buy I keep looking at the prices and going, maybe I want to buy a refurbished one. I'm assuming you're talking about cameras for miniature painting. Yeah. There's a liquidation store that I pass on my way home and to work that I have not stopped by and checked out yet. I managed to actually get a game to load on my old PC, which has just a GeForce 57. I need to finish stress testing it to see if I can swap out. They don't. They really don't. You look at them and you go, wow, they're really expensive, even refurbished. But the idea is that you kind of only buy those once. You don't buy one and then 6 months later you buy a new one, kind of deal. It's it's interesting to me, um, within our hobby. But the liquidation store, I have not stopped by there yet because I am trying to determine if I want to keep my current laptop that I'm using or swap out for a desktop tower. And I'm trying to make the determination of where I want to spend, if I want to spend money right now on that, or if I just stick with what I've got and look at a camera upgrade. Because a camera upgrade would really help my mental health a bit more because depending on where I'm holding this figure, the colors don't work well at all. So, so every so often I end up looking at it. Son of a biscuit. I did buy a mount for it too, already. So I can have it mounted to my desk and have it looming downwards. I looked at the one that Cryo Cheese uses and said, wow, that's expensive. And then I looked at a couple of others and said, wow, that's expensive. What's the refurbished like? I said, wow, that's expensive. So I have a feeling that if I find one in a store, it might be easier to understand why it's so expensive still. Yeah. Oh, I 100% understand. When I was working on this guy last night, it's really hard to see and read his red. Like it looks a little bit different right now, and I don't know why. But that's actually like an oxide red and brown in between. Or if you're looking at like this guy, sometimes it would get hard to see the coral. Like today, it's reading the way that I want it to read, but it was not reading that way when I first painted it. There you go. Here's a good example of ones that don't always look right. Is that I've been trying to get his gold tooth right there to pop out, but it's not, sort of deal. But I feel your frustration. Me and you have the same hobby sometimes. It's like, ooh, let's look at the camera. And then let's look at our bank account and go, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not right now. Because overhead lights, I'm good on those. By most recollections, probably too bright right now. But because I mean, I have the money too. I could spend. I could spend. I just there are other things that are kind of slightly in front of it for me personally. Um, I really do want to improve how things look on the stream and keep them moving in that upward trajectory. It's just because if you buy the camera, then you have to buy a 4K capture card, or you have to buy a capture card with it too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I could be speaking out of my ass. But the capture card, depending on the one you go with and how you go with it, can be just as expensive, if not more expensive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. Like I got out of the GPU game a long time ago because I just got tired of keeping up with it. Um, I think at one point I had built a brand new computer and I decided I was going to drop some serious dollars on it back in the day. Um, that was when the 570s were new and hot. And that computer, essentially, I built it and I think I was playing WoW or in League at the time. And I kind of looked around it and I go, why did I spend all of this money on this thing? Ah, I'm going to have to um, pop into your Discord and see if I can find where you got that at. Because I'll consider that all day long. Or is it in is it on board or is it plug and play? Is my question. And I have ads starting soon. Ah, I got you. I got you. I will find that in no time flat. Because I think I was looking at something else. I was like, man, this is really expensive. I might have been looking at the wrong things. I'll be honest. I am goofy like that sometimes. So I feel like that's part of the things that we do sometimes in this hobby. I mean, aside from painting miniatures, it's also taking the risk on equipment. Yeah, I think I was seeing a lot of the proper like Elgato ones for like 120. I'm like, eh, that plus a camera, that's like nearly $1,000 right there. We are almost done. 7. The Bezos tax. The Bezos. The Bezos. When you log into the Twitch, you must pay the Bezos. The Bezos. Oh, that's going to be stuck in people's head now. You're welcome. What I was saying is that if you looked at like the proper Elgato cards, plus the lower end of those cameras, it's almost nearly $1,000 right there. Looking at the DSLRs along with one of those capture cards. And that's kind of why I've been thinking about swapping out my laptop for my old PC. Yep. Yep. I bought the mounting rig so far. I have one. Because it's going to mount to the desk. And it should be in a way that it doesn't bother me. But it's one of those that you look at it and you go, yeah, I can swing it. But then you go, oh man, I don't know if I can swing all of that just yet. So it's kind of why I've been thinking about you know what, goofball? I'm speaking to myself, not you, Jace. I should really make that gem green. I have been debating it for about 3 months. Or a little bit more than 3 months. I thought this document camera was going to help me quite a bit with color balance, but it's not. It's proving to be challenging at times. And I'm unhappy with it some days, so. I am with you. Thinking that needs to be a different color. This gem in the center of his staff, that is. Because if I'm going to have a blue beetle here, think I want that gemstone to be slightly different. Oh, when you do pull the trigger, I will be curious to see which one you end up picking. I wanted to work on his purple backpack. That's what you were supposed to be painting, sir. But instead, here you are painting the Beatles again. Started scrolling around. I'm like, oh, I'm going to paint the backpack again. No, don't paint the backpack with the wrong color. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to check an email really quick. I'm sorry. I need to check an email. To emails, to emails, to emails. Also, I'm still spending money on miniatures sometimes. That's what I wanted to go check. I was waiting to see if I could get a response from Daniel Found about the size of his figures. Um, 1 second. For those that don't know, I have a rather big box of 28 might be right. I have a very big box of I have a very big shelf of unpainted miniatures, and one of them is this Puss in Boots that I want to paint up. I have not painted him yet because I want to build a small little scene for him, but I need basing bits. Since I've actually cared to be in the community, I've met some fantastic people, and everybody recommends Mongo, so I was emailing him. So I can build him a little room. I wanted bottles and fern plants to go in the room, so when Mongo gets back to me, we'll be making that purchase as well. But I'm very good at collecting things. I just need to get better at painting the things. And that's our goal this year, is to try to paint as much as we can, as often as we can. Um, the streaming schedule is set up for success, so I should be successful at all times. No excuses. This rolling. Some this orange to pop in there. I need red and yellow to make my orange. The warm yellow is being really weird tonight. More so than usual. I want some of my oxide green. And then, like a monster, I'm going to get just a just a bit of violet. I want a little bit more violet. I did not want to do non-metallic metal all night, but staff is calling to me, so we shall on the staff. Really, it's not non-metallic metal. It's more just getting the Beatles to stand up some. Good evening, Smithereen. How are you? Since Smithereen is here, we shall do this. The best time on a clock is 6:30. Hands down. What you making for dinner, Smithereen? I made myself pork chops. Ooh, leftover night. It's always a fun one. Pull everything out. It's all got to get eaten. I mean, there's an art to reheating dinner. I've learned that over the years. It's not as simple as just pop it in the microwave. Actually, that is one thing that has probably helped me quite a bit. Um, when I prepare dinner, I try to get fresher vegetables than I normally would buy, or bagged fresh vegetables, because it's much easier to use them in the air fryers and just make a brand new batch of them, so I don't have to reheat vegetables. Because let's all be fair and honest. Okay, the music just stopped for everybody. Okay, that's cool. All right, so Spotify is going to do that thing today where it wants to ignore that it is actually working. Got it. What you doing, nerd? Please be careful. Spotify. Why don't you want to play? Hi. How are you? Are you okay after your adventure into the. Yeah, that's my arm. If you bite me, I will toss you off this table and lock you out of the room. 1 second. Off the table. Off the table. I'm done. Ooh! What did you end up going with? Okay. Whatever, Spotify. You found out I was about to replace you with YouTube and you act correctly. Oh, thank you. I wrote it down in my list. Disney Dreamlight Valley. Okay. Someone's named their band. That's that's still a price, my friend, and not an easy one. Did they at least have 2 day shipping? See that face to the right? That's someone. Ah. I mean, that's a valid concern. That is a very valid concern. I didn't. That's one of the things about nights that sucked forever and a day. It's too thick. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. It's a rough one sometimes. No, some biscuit. Come here. Thank you. No, that's what needs to be gold right there. Looking at it through the magnifying glass. Um, No. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Bum. There's a reason why I have you streaming to YouTube right now, good laptop, and it is to stay up to date with what the stream is currently looking at. So that I might have a better preview. No. We're gonna have to surgery him at another time. He's getting too wobbly on his little stand again. I'm gonna have to add more green stuff at some point. Mm. Or we're gonna have to put some Gorilla Glue down on him. Make sure he really doesn't move. And then you answer all of them. And as a heads up, we have ads coming in 17 minutes. Ba-da. Oh. Um, um, trying to figure out a way to. Hold on, Jace. That's not the photo you want, dummy. That's not the photo you want. You know the photo you want. That's not the photo you want. That's the photo you want right there. Open that photo in a browser. Welcome to OBS. Which way are you doing it this way again? So that's your work right there. Properties, image, downloads. That one right there. Excuse me, I'm being very professional about this right now. That's my desk. I specifically set it up so it would not be cluttered and I could always declutter it. Because a cluttered desk drives me up the wall sometimes. I start feeling claustrophobic and I want to start going on rants about stuff. I'm just like, I can't. Well, I mean, mine's 6 foot tall or 6 foot wide, honestly. Cat for scale. You, sir, that is a desk among desks. Yeah, yeah, I could see it being full. That was my staff color. Is that my staff color? Yes, it is. Okay. Um, he's going to be done for the night. He's in 2 pieces. So we're going to set him to the side. And we're just going to take this black really quick. And do that. So he's going to be done for the night. We're just going to move this to the side. I know how frustrated I'm gonna be by that, so we're just gonna move it to the side. We're gonna keep a positive attitude. And because this guy was primarily these colors anyway. We're gonna continue down. All right. Mm-hmm. Red and white get mixed together to make the color pink. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a lo-fi playlist from Remix Station, and they do the TV shows and modern rock as lo-fi. Excuse me. I don't know what that was, but man, something wanted to not be kind. And looking over at my timer, I'm gonna snooze one set of ads, and we're gonna toss up a closing time and put in a timer of 5 minutes. start. My primary figure got knocked off the rails a little bit, so we will endeavor to correct that in the future. I think I need to use a little bit of stronger glue to get him to stay up where he needs to be. But that is the one thing about that figure I absolutely despise. It's too much. I'm starting to make too many mistakes with this Gabo. I'm starting to get annoyed with myself about it, so we shall. Remain to be successful. You too. You be safe. Be very safe out there, Jace. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. We are going to go over to Death Cafe and we're going to give her a raid. Because she's an amazing person and she's running a charity right now for mental health or for her brain tumor society. I want to say thank you for everybody that was hanging out. Thank you everybody that stopped by and thank you everybody that sat through the ads. It means a lot and I'm glad everybody was here and we could have a fun time and a good time. Let's all be as good as we can be. Enjoy, have fun, and stay in frame.